It's always a good day when we get to drive a Volvo wagon. Today we're in the 2023 Volvo V60 Cross Country. This is the mid-trim, the B5 Ultimate. It has a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder and a 48-volt mild hybrid system for 2023. Makes 247 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. Gets about 23 miles to the gallon in the city, 30 on the highway, which is actually a little bit less than it did in the 2022 model year. This mild hybrid system does add a bit of weight, but it does make for a slightly smoother and more enjoyable driving experience. This V60 Cross Country has a few options. We have the 20-inch wheels, the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, the climate package, and a couple other things inside. Starting price is $54,100. As tested, we're at $63,500. So not cheap, but also a very, very nice Volvo wagon. And I think kind of the ultimate package for someone who just wants something that's a little bit cooler than an SUV, handles and drives better, but still has all of the practicality and usable space of what we see in a lot of our SUVs these days. This feels a little bit bigger inside than the XC60, and I just really like the way this thing looks. It is absolutely gorgeous. You can also swing for the T8 Polestar engineered V60. Of course, that'll run you quite a bit more, and there is just the standard base model too. Nice big cargo space. A lot of room back there. Not an enormous rear seating area, but definitely an improvement over the previous generation V60 Cross Country. I'm 5'10", seated behind my own driving position. I'm pretty comfortable. Seems like there would be ample room in here for a rear-facing child seat. Got some cup holders in there. Rear climate control. Love what Volvo's been doing with their interior designs these days. Excellent materials, beautiful design, and just a very nice and relaxing place to be. Let's start this up. We'll show you a couple more things inside and out, and then we'll take this V60 Cross Country for a drive. Note when we start it, no starter noise because of that 48-volt mild hybrid system. The engine just comes on. We have Google's new Android operating system here, a little bit more responsive than what was in Volvo's before. Volvo's gone through and simplified this interior just a little bit. They've gotten rid of our dimmer switch here on the left. Now you have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 keystrokes to access your interior brightness at night if you're driving and you want to make the interior a little bit darker. We've got a heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats for both driver and passengers. The heated steering wheel and the rear heated seats, along with the heated windshield wipers, are part of the climate package, which is definitely something we want today here in Michigan. Nice big center display here in this gauge cluster. We have a head-up display as well. And of course we get Google Maps in this V60 Cross Country, which I think is just awesome to have as your native navigation application in this car. It just works so well. You can see traffic, it's responsive, easy to navigate. Love using this Google Maps system. I'm actually finding myself using it more than CarPlay. CarPlay has a nice vertical orientation, which I think actually looks pretty cool. Very responsive, everything seems to connect seamlessly. No complaints or issues there. Same crazy looking fisheye reverse camera that we've seen in a lot of Volvos. Forward facing cameras. A little bit of storage here in the center console. Cup holders. Those slide nicely. Love the wood trim in this. Moonroof controls are swipe. Same with the interior lighting. Just a little touch control. Very simple, minimalist interior. Let's pop the hood, take a look at this 2-liter turbo. They've gotten rid of the supercharger. Pretty familiar looking Volvo engine bay. You got this dog bone engine mount right here. No bright orange wires or anything to suggest that this is a hybrid. Though I think Volvo claims now that all of their vehicles are electrified, whether that's plug-in hybrid, fully electric, or mild hybrid. Let's hop inside, we'll go for a drive and see if this being a mild hybrid is actually an improvement on the last V60 cross-country we drove. We've done a lot of Volvo videos in the last year or two, and one thing I say in pretty much every single one of them is, for better or for worse, Volvo has a very consistent feel between their models and vehicles. They all kind of drive about the same, with some variations in height, size, weight, agility, power, but they all kind of have this nice sophistication to them, and something I've really appreciated in Volvos recently. It's something that's commendable with Volvo, in that they're making really nice cars all throughout their lineup. I think this V60 Cross Country is one of the best options. It's one of the most versatile. It looks cool. Of course, a lot of people are going to want the Polestar T8 version that's a little bit faster. And of course, it's a plug-in hybrid. I really do like what Volvo's doing with their plug-in hybrid powertrains these days. They are offering pretty decent electric driving range and excellent performance. Though this B5 does okay. As basic transportation, it's very smooth. We have an 8-speed automatic transmission that does a nice job shifting gears, choosing the right shift points for just nice, relaxing driving. We have an off-road mode, about 8.1 inches of ground clearance, hill descent control. Haven't really played around with the drive modes too much in this V60. Yeah, there's pretty much just, you can control steering assist, there's an off-road mode at low speeds, and then you can change the weight of the steering feel. That's about it. Ride quality is pretty good, even on these 20-inch wheels. I believe this comes with 19 standard. Though these 20s are a $3,200 option. Probably not something I would check if I had a choice. The Bowers & Wilkins is a much better $3,200 option, in my opinion. You'll notice that at stoplights, stop-start is seamless. You barely hear the engine turn off and turn on. You get a little bit of a lurch sometimes if you're fast from your brake pedal to your accelerator pedal, but for the most part, this mild hybrid does a pretty good job masking the stop-start function of the engine. This 2-liter turbo is pretty quiet. We'll open it up right here on this entrance ramp. I honestly wouldn't really know that this is a mild hybrid if I hadn't just seen it on the spec sheet. Aside from the stop-start function, this drives pretty much like what we've seen from Volvo's B5 powertrains recently. We'll engage adaptive cruise control here. We have lane keeping assist, steering assist engaged as well. Unfortunately, we can no longer switch between pilot assist and standard cruise control, no steering assist with the buttons right here. You have to go into the menu and select steering assist, turn that off. I don't really know if these buttons here on the steering will actually do anything anymore. It's one of my only major complaints about this new interior from Volvo is that they kind of got rid of that pilot assist functionality where you could quickly switch from one cruise control setting to another. Maybe it was a safety issue, people were doing it without realizing it. The steering assist does work really well though. Does a pretty nice job. Adaptive cruise control, same story. No major complaints there. Pretty quiet at speed too. We've got a lot of wind today, so there are some major gusts and a little bit more road noise than we would normally, but on the highway, this is a really nice cruiser. Super comfortable seats. As always with Volvo, we have fantastic seating position and really nice comfort levels here. And these are, of course, ventilated Napa leather seats. We'll stop here and show you guys what they look like. Little Swedish flag right here. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Lots of adjustability too. CarPlay is super bright. Love this display. It's really high quality. Finding this to be a really nice powertrain. Very smooth. Steering's really nice and light. Brakes feel good. A little bit of regen too into the 48 volt mild hybrid system there. There should be a little bit of torque fill too, but nothing that I can really feel. It's all working pretty well in the background. Very seamless. Great visibility out of this V60. No real blind spots. Even the rearview mirror has a pretty good view out of it. You can fold down those rear headrests if you want, but you don't really need to because you can still see pretty well out of that rear window. Loving this crystal shifter. This is really cool. You can manually change gears from left to right. Got a pretty bumpy section of road coming up here. See how it rides, sounds. A little bit more NVH, of course, from these larger 20-inch wheels and thinner sidewalls. 19s would probably isolate impacts a bit better, but the 20s do look sharp, and some people like that. Here in Michigan, with our rough roads, probably would want to go for a smaller wheel, but everywhere else, you might want the 20s. It'd probably improve handling a little bit. You'll probably see a bit of a fuel economy hit, but they do look nice. All-wheel drive system does a really nice job putting its power down. Pretty good acceleration out of 90-degree hairpins. Haven't driven this too much in the snow. Haven't really had any bad weather this week, so we're going to try to find a little bit of an off-road trail, or it's just a dirt road basically with some big potholes. We'll see how this does on that, see how it rides. We're going to enter off-road mode, see what that does. We've got some muck, some mud. I'm sure this won't have any issue getting through it. Quite a bit of water here, actually. I know this road, so I know how deep everything will be. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Plenty of ground clearance with our 8.1 inches. In off-road mode, we have a much duller throttle response. We have a lot more control over that throttle at lower speeds. See how it handles some rougher bumps here on these 20s. Suspension's a bit on the stiff side. I mean, enough off-road capability to get you to your local trail, your campsite. You're not going to take this thing rock crawling, but it'll get you most places you need to go within reason. Nice to have that extra versatility in a car like this that isn't an SUV. Oh, this thing's going to look great all muddied up too. We'll wrap things up here. This seems like a good turnaround point. Love this crystal shifter down here too. A little bit chilly in the winter, but it does look very, very neat. Okay guys, that'll be a wrap for the 2023 Volvo V60 Cross Country B5 all-wheel drive Ultimate. Nice overall car. Let's see what it looks like a little bit muddy. Looks pretty good. I like this in black too. You just gotta love a good Volvo wagon. One of the only companies left making wagons, and they're doing such a good job with it. Pretty nice big wheel and tire setup. Even though these are 20s, we still have a good amount of meat on the sidewall there. Looks proper with the extra lift in the suspension. Are we still in off-road mode? Probably not. Let's go back in off-road mode. Keeps the revs up too. Not quite the off-road rally car like maybe the Subaru Outback Wilderness is, but still does a pretty nice job getting you through some nasty stuff, nasty terrain. Take this side here this time. Alright guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Drive safe out there as we get into more wintry weather. Hopefully we can bring you some more winter driving videos here soon with some snow on the ground. That's it for this one. See you guys later.